Hey guys, how you doing? It's bright and early in the morning here, and I thought I'd make a special video for you because, if you haven't heard already, there are major changes coming to the game. Major. I mean major. Big changes. Big changes. I'm not talking about just another little micro patch where an American tank is nerfed or a Russian tank is buffed. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the new balance tests, which starts February 10th, which was, I think, was yesterday. And you can take part and you can provide feedback. Let's go through it here.
A large test is coming.
Global changes will be introduced into the game.
Tech trees have been reworked.
You'll be able to get days of premium account.
The paradigm of all shell types in the game has changed.
You'll get a vehicle in its top configuration.
We've increased the durability of all vehicles, especially low-tier ones.
We started working on these changes within a large update. New Balance.
New balance, my friends. There's new balance coming to the game, and as always, I'm here to explain it to you and try and we're going to read the announcement here, and hopefully I'll be able to point out some of the things that maybe you can read between the lines and explain things in a no bullshit way. Okay, guys? Let's go through here. Greetings, commanders. Prior to New Balance, we had 4 iterations of sandbox tests throughout 2019. Did you know that? I did not know that. Did you know that? I did not know that. We are grateful to all the active players who supported us and took part in this large-scale test. Now it is time for the final step. The most extensive and comprehensive round of New Balance tests kicks off. This game will never be the same, my friends. It will involve numerous potential changes that and reward active participants with days of premium account. Everyone can take part, and I'm making this video partly to let you know that you can actually take part in this test and influence the results. Okay, guys? You just need to download and install the special client, which is somewhere on here, and you will have the opportunity to leave your feedback on the proposed changes in a special questionnaire. So, what awaits us? There's a lot of potential a lot of changes that are coming that are going to completely change the game. Let's kind of go through it here. Revising the established shell ecosystem. The shell ecosystem. Ooh. Initially, all proposed changes were conceived as a system of shell rebalancing, where we wanted to align the efficiency ratio between standard and special rounds. There have always been 3 types of shells in our game, but one of them has always been an unconditional favorite in terms of efficiency. The special, or gold round, gold shell, is available to everyone for credits. And credits are available to everyone who buys them or buys a premium tank that can grant credits. It deals the same damage. We're speaking about the gold shell here. A gold shell deals the same damage as the standard one, but its armor penetration values are much higher. This means that it has always been more effective because the chance of causing damage with it is higher. The shell has no disadvantages in battle. It's basically here they're saying that they understand that this game is pay to pen. If you pay in credits for the gold shell, you will have a higher chance of penning. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Given that the special shells had higher penetration values, other things being equal, their use was more effective in all combat situations. The only downside was the price. Therefore, in the new system, our main task, and this is important, guys, I'm going to be very serious here. Therefore, in the new system, our main task is to reduce the effectiveness of special shells, gold shells, and increase the standard ones so that in different game situations, both types of rounds have their advantages. This sounds like they want to balance the ammunition because there is over-the-top ridiculous gold spam going on. Everyone just shoots number 2 shells, right? Okay, so over time it has become clear that new approaches and consistent systems are required, which include other game-related aspects besides shells, so we are starting to work on those concepts. In this system, all shells will be more balanced, and each of them will have its own special role. In the new paradigm, I guess these are the changes now. The standard shell has this is the test. This is what they're testing. In the new paradigm, the standard shell has the highest damage, good armor penetration, and low price. That's the regular shell. The special shell, a gold shell, on the on the contrary, has the highest armor penetration, but deals less damage compared to the standard one. The cost of the shell is several times higher than that of the standard round. This is something that a lot of you have left comments or on some of my videos or in the forums, that why not reduce the damage that special ammo does. So that's what they're testing. So when should a player use each type of shell? A standard shell is best used when you are sure you can accurately penetrate the enemy's armor and inflict maximum damage per shot. A special shell is needed in cases where it makes sense to sacrifice damage per minute to increase your chance of armor penetration. High explosive is useful when you need to reset base capture, unless you hit the turret of an IS-7 and roll 0. Finish off a tank at low HP, unless you hit the tracks and it's absorbed and you only do critical damage, or damage an external module. Unless, of course, you hit a heavily armored Russian tank and it just says a critical hit and you don't damage anything. As well as when it's impossible to inflict damage with other types of shells. Okay. All right. So it's not rocket science. And I know a lot of you will agree that this is maybe a good idea. And we shall see. I have not done the test, and we shall see when the tests are done. And you can go in the sandbox and try for yourself. But I believe simple math dictates that if a special shell, a gold shell, will have much higher penetration but do less damage, and a regular shell has lower penetration and will bounce and do 0 damage, then if you want to kill that heavily armored tank in the corridor that you're facing, you will just shoot the special shell, but you'll need more special shells because they do less damage each. So maybe you'll shoot more special shells. What do you think? Yuri, we have problem. What is problem? We not make enough profit. Not make enough profit? No. Players not shooting enough special shells. Not shooting enough specials. Why? They are most effective in battle. It only takes 10 special shells to kill Type 5 Heavy. Oh. There's a problem. Okay, what we do? Well, we make special shell do less damage per shot. Then it takes 15 shots to kill Type 5 Heavy. Yeah, Papadanya. It's simple math. If the special shells are going to do less damage, you're going to need to shoot more. Because you're not going to shoot the ones that are going to bounce. Right? Well, but Klaus, maybe it'll make players want to flank the enemy more and think about what they do in the battle and perhaps try and drive around them and hit their weak spots. On Himmelsdorf, I'm going to roll out in my T-25-2 American tank destroyer, bottom tier in a tier 9 game, as I'm grinding through the American TD line. And I'm going to drive down a heavy tank alley or sit at the back, and I'm going to see a T-10, a T-54, and 5 object, whatever the fucks, that I can't pen with my special ammo, or with my regular ammo of 170 pen. But if I press 2, and I have 254 pen, I have a chance. I'm not going to flank them because I will die. So what do? I press 2, and I take my shots, and instead of taking 10 shots, it will take me 14 shots to kill the T-54. So I will shoot more special ammo, won't I? All right. Well, you guys, let me know in the comments what you think. But it's a very tricky thing. If players change the way they play, this may actually be something, an interesting idea. But I don't think people will change the way they play. I think people will just, if they bounce a shot or two, they'll just press 2 so they can penetrate that tank from the front in the corridor map where you have no option. Or when you're in that little glass cannon TD and you have to sit at the back and you have to shoot at long range and there's no way you're going to press 2 and you're just going to have to shoot more number 2 because each one is going to do less damage per shot. But you guys let me know in the comments what you think, whether this will work or not. It's an interesting idea, but I propose that it's not rocket science. If you want to decrease the amount, if the objective is to decrease the amount of gold shells being fired, it's very simple. What you do is you just limit the amount of gold shells that can be fired. Klaus, what did you just say? That doesn't make sense. Did you mumble your words there? No. If you want to limit the amount of gold shells fired in a game, if that's the objective, then how you do that is you, listen carefully, limit the amount of gold shells. Which would mean, you just take a tank like a T-54 and you say the T-54 has 50 shells and you can load 5 gold shells. After 5, you can't slide that little thing over anymore. You only get 5. So you can shoot 5. Or let's be balanced. Let's approach this in a balanced way. The Leopard Tier 10 can have 10 special shells. The E-50M can have 10 special shells, right? The Object 140 can have 15 special shells because it's Russian. It gets a few more. And that's the max. That's how if you want to limit special shell spam, the only way to do that is to limit the amount of special shells. Seems to me that there's going to be a lot more special shells fired here because you're going to need more of them to do the same amount of damage. Okay, let's move on. What's next here? Changes to HE shells. Okay, changes to HE shells. HE shells are an integral part of the existing ecosystem. The main feature, which differs from other types of rounds, is their unique mechanic for causing damage. Yes, the mechanic that no one understands. You point, you shoot, and then the game tells you how much damage you've done. When rebalanced standard and special rounds, we also needed to rework HE shells. Okay. We wanted these shells to be effective in some specific tactical situations mentioned above. Those are these ones here. In the new system, these shells become more effective on calibers less than 120 millimeters and lost effectiveness on calibers higher than 150 millimeters. Really? HE is going to be more effective on guns with a caliber less than 120 and less effective, lost effectiveness on calibers above 150. Okay. So my Death Star is going to be less effective. It is also important that the mechanic of causing explosive damage have been improved, making it more predictable for both the vehicle doing the firing and those being hit. More predictable damage. The roll spreads are going to be not okay. I'm not sure what that means, but I think it means that the low caliber guns, the HE is going to do damage all the time, and the high caliber guns, the HE is not going to do that as much damage. For tanks that use HE shells as a fundamental element of gameplay, we try to adjust their shell characteristics in the new system in such a way as to maintain the same average efficiency. So if you're playing the Death Star, which you have to shoot Hesh, or the Type 5 Heavy, you're going to shoot the big HE dripping gun. They're going to try. We try to adjust their shell characteristics in the new system in such a way as to maintain the same average efficiency. Okay, almost all high explosive and HE shells with the new mechanics cannot penetrate armor. Almost all high explosive and Hesh shells with the new mechanics cannot penetrate armor. My poor Death Star. HE shells, which in the old system differed from other due to higher penetration values, now do more damage as compensation. Okay, we'll have to see how that works out. Okay, if I aim my Death Star that I went up to tier 10 to get that Death Star, and I shoot my Hesh, that's the only secret weapon my poor British TD has. And I load the Hesh and I try and aim for that weak spot. And if I penetrate, I get that 1,850 roll. Now I'm never going to penetrate. We'll just have to see how it works. Okay, let's keep going. The only exceptions. Exceptions. With an S, because there's more than one exception. The only exceptions are the KV2 and KV2R, which can still penetrate armor with HE rounds. Yeri! HE rounds are cheap and they do too much damage. We have to nerf. We do not need HE rounds penetrating. Oh, okay. Yeah, what happened to Death Star and Type 5 Heavy? Fuck Death Star and Type 5 Heavy. Nerf! Okay. But wait. What about Russian tanks? Oh, good point. Yeah. Okay. KV2. Forget KV2. Okay, so now we have the situation where you can grind to tier 10 in the Japanese super heavy line and get a tank that has a gun that can do that fires HE. And if you penetrate, can do 900 damage. But you will never penetrate anymore. So you will always roll less than 900. All right? Because it's a tier 10 Japanese super heavy. And you get to shoot other tier 10 and 9 tanks and 8 tanks, which are hard to penetrate. And for balancing purposes, you can get a KV2, which is a tier 6 tank, which can do 900 damage per shot, but which still can penetrate armor with HE. So when you shoot those tier 5s and 6s, and you penetrate, you can roll 900 plus 25%. Balance, comrade. Okay, so let's read between the lines. Okay, this is, come on, guys. We'll do a little aside here. KV2 now is, this is the punchline to any joke or anything you want to talk about in World of Tanks that is silly or a joke. You can use the word KV2 as the punchline now, right? Why would you grind to tier 10 to get yourself a Japanese super heavy? KV2, right? Two people walked into a bar. They sat down and one ordered a beer and the other one ordered a wine. The one guy looked at the other guy and he said, KV2, right? It's a joke, right? This is a joke. Why did the chicken cross the road? KV2! Okay, let's move on. This is very interesting. They have obviously put a lot of thought into this. Artillery as an essential part of World of Tanks ecosystem. Artillery is also an essential part of the game ecosystem because due to their radically different gameplay, meaning that you could sit at the back and not do anything but damage people, all changes for SPGs are of a different nature. Ooh. We do not want to change the effectiveness of artillery in terms of damage. No. But instead change the approach to its gameplay. And make changes similar in logic to those mentioned above regarding shell rebalancing. Okay. So they're going to change artillery again. Because why the fuck not? Okay. Make artillery gameplay more diverse. Yeah, right. Okay. So what are we going to have, a tutorial that lets people that play artillery know they can press the W key? Is that what we're going to do? Okay. Increase the impact of shell choice in specific situations. The specific situation is you're always at the back shooting at people that can't see you. That's the situation. Reduce the overall damage caused by HE, high explosive shells. Reduce the damage. What? What? We do not want to change the effectiveness of artillery in terms of damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to reduce the damage. Okay? Decrease the total amount of stun dealt. We do not want to change the effectiveness of artillery in terms of damage. All we want to do is reduce the overall damage and decrease the stun. This is making sense. This is very good. A very smart person translated this from Russian to English. So when playing artillery, the following shells will now be at your disposal. Standard high explosives can stun and remain unchanged. The regular shell remains unchanged. Special, number 2 high explosive, characterized by increased damage, but they can't stun and have a larger splash radius. So they're going to remove stun from the number 2 artillery shell. Armor piercing. We're going to get armor piercing shells back for artillery. The distinctive features are high armor penetration and predictable but low damage. But when I shoot 15 shots in my artillery now, at the end of the game, I shot 15 and I did 14 times. I missed. And all my damage is splash damage because I can't hit shit. So what the hell armor piercing? Okay, guys. Okay. Artillery. I'm going to give my opinion to try to help. As I gave my opinion here, if you want to reduce the spam of number 2 shells, just limit the amount of 2 shells each tank gets. Simple. This one here, artillery. Artillery is annoying. all artillery is it's annoying to players that are not playing artillery. Okay, it doesn't matter what you do. We can still stun, but the enemy will remain unchanged. We will increase the damage, but you can't stun. We'll have it. It's just now 3 different ways that you can annoy people. Okay, if you're not playing artillery, all of these 3 things will be annoying. It doesn't matter what you do to artillery; it will be annoying to people that are not playing artillery. So here's what you do. This is the simple solution. Okay, don't waste your time. Don't change artillery. Leave artillery the way it is. You've changed it dozens of times, and it's always been annoying. What you do is you just say, and this is Claus Kellerman giving you advice, but from the bottom of my heart, I love the game, and this is what I think you should do. Realize artillery is annoying, so what we want to do is just limit the amount of annoying per game, and just have 1 artillery per team per game. There you go. You've rebalanced artillery. At least there's only 1 annoying artillery in the game, and people can still play it. Instead of having 3. The most annoying games when people complain about artillery is when there's 3 per side and no one can move anywhere. You're on some open map and everyone's hiding, and the minute one guy moves, boom, 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 3 artillery shoot him. It doesn't matter if they're going to use this shell or that shell or that shell. It's going to be freaking annoying. And there's no mention of wheeled vehicles in this rebalance because they're new, and it may take you 3 or 4 years to realize that they're annoying as well. And you don't have to change them. You don't have to rebalance them. You don't have to change the auto aim and the shooting on the move and that they can go 100 kilometers an hour and all the things that are annoying. And the wheels can absorb shots from all other times. You don't have to change it all. Just do this. The same thing. Admit they're annoying, so we're only going to allow 1 per team per game. So the matchmaker, just program the matchmaker so that there's only 1 artillery and 1 wheeled vehicle on each side per game, maximum. And then there's like less annoying things. I played a game the other day. There was 3 artillery and 4 wheeled vehicles per side. It was fucking annoying. You don't understand what I'm saying? Okay, I'll give it. This is important because this is my opinion. It's simple, right? You just have to look at a real life situation. Like you go to a party. Okay, you go to a party and there's 30 people at the party. There's going to be people you enjoy talking to and associating with, and there's going to be people that annoy you, and you're going to avoid those people. And that's how humans interact, right? You want to decrease the amount of annoying interaction you have, and that's just a natural thing. But what artillery is like there's that one guy at the party, right, who has gas and farts, right? And you're trying to avoid him. He's on the other side of the room, but he farts. And you're like, oh, fuck. It's annoying, right? He's like at the other side of the room annoying you. That's like artillery, right? Imagine going to a party. There's 30 people at the party, and there's 6 fucking people there farting all over the room, flatulating like morons, right? Are you going to enjoy that party? No, it's a shit show. Right? And that's what this game is with 3 artillery per team and 3 wheeled vehicles per team. That's like 6 per side. Imagine going to a party with 30 people and there's like 12 people in there. Let them rip. Just limit them. You don't have to change them every freaking patch. It's just limit the amount of gold shells per tank. Figure out how many each should have. Limit the amount of artillery and wheeled vehicles per game. Yeah. Papadanya, right? Okay. Let's take another step forward. These are my opinions. You guys leave it in the comments. What are your opinions? Maybe my ideas are not well thought through. They're fairly simple, are they? It's not rocket fucking science! Okay, take another step forward. During previous iterations, we changed the shell paradigm and redesigned special and explosive rounds. In addition to rebalancing shells. Yeah. Okay, what? We also adjusted HP. Oh, there's another step. Oh, guys, there's more here. There's more. I hope you're still watching because there's more. This is important. We added extra HP to all tanks from tier 1 to 6 and thereby aligned the progression of HP from tier to tier. These tanks now have greater survivability at the cost of making and the cost of making a mistake can be reduced. They've increased the HP of vehicles. Oh, so I was right. You see, I was right. There you go. Yuri! Yeah? We have problem. We're not making enough money. There's not enough number 2 ammo, special ammo, gold, rubles. There's not enough special ammo being shot. What do we do? We make special ammo do less damage per shot. That way you take more special ammo to kill target. That's not good enough. We need other ideas. Okay, what do we do? We increase HP of target. Yes. Oh, so shot do less damage, plus target have more HP. Papadanya! It's not fucking rocket science, okay? You can read between the lines, and it's just, you don't have to be a brain surgeon. You got 2 choices. One, you don't penetrate, you bounce with your regular shot. Okay, that's number 1. Oh, duh. Okay, Muppet will do that and lose. Or you press number 2 and you penetrate. You'll do less damage per shot, and the target has more HP. Let me guess, do you think that there's going to be more gold ammo shot or less? What do you think? All right. We are almost done with the balance changes and feedback from players who have played in the sandbox open servers shows that we are moving in the right direction. Okay. I have not. I have to have full disclosure here, guys. I have not played on the sandbox. I'm just reading this for you. Okay, I'm paraphrasing and trying to explain and read between the lines and giving you my no bullshit opinion. But in all fairness, they are having tests on the sandbox server, which you can join and you can try and you can leave your own feedback. Okay, and I'm showing you this video so that because many of you may not even know this is going on, and then the changes come, and all of a sudden you're like, what? And we tend to only just wait and then complain rather than try and participate. So I'm encouraging you to participate in the sandbox server and see for yourself, okay? So as a result, each of these 3 types of shells is suitable for different game situations. They're talking about the changes. This February's test will be the final and most extensive iteration, where all previous and future changes in the new balance will be put together like building blocks, like children sitting in playpen with building blocks. We put building block on top, oh, it fell down. Oh, fuck, we fucked up. Okay, we put another building block, and oh, it fell down again. All changes announced before are saved, and new features will be added. You will be able to evaluate the changes that new balance will bring from all sides. Now, guys, there's more here. There's key changes, revised vehicle research branches. Look how simpler it's going to be. The tech tree, you see? It's just incredible. This is how your tech tree is now. And then after these changes, you see, it's going to be just simpler and easier to follow. I'm not going to go through all this, but they're going to create more tabs. Your tanks from tier 1 to 5 will be added to a separate collection vehicles tab. You will not have to research these. You will be able to just buy them for credits. Then your vehicles from tier 6 to 10 will not leave the game, but will be under a separate. You guys can read that. That's not that important. They're going to improve the way in-game statistics are displayed. And of course, all the statistics are going to be different because the tanks are going to have more HP. So they're going to have to refine the personal missions because the tanks are going to have more HP. The stun mechanics are different. They're going to have to rework all of that, right? They're going to have to adjust the in-game ecosystems. The in-game economy systems, like whether you make credits or lose credits, because you're going to have to shoot more special shells to do the same amount of damage. Yada, yada, yada. They're going to have to rework the whole game and every aspect of it from top to bottom. And I ask you, what are the chances that they're going to get it right? It's okay. We not touch KV2. We change whole game, but we do not touch KV2. Nobody touched KV2. KV2 is off limit. You still drive behind tank with KV2, you press button, papadanya. At least we still have that. Okay, guys. I've had a. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I have fun doing these. My problem is I amuse myself, so I can't take things seriously enough to be a serious content provider. That's my problem. But I hope you guys. I'm going to leave you with this. If you want to get involved yourself, you can. You just have to download the special servers somewhere on here on the website. Just go to the WOT website, find it. You can download it. You can play on the special test sandbox with these changes, and you can leave your own feedback if you're interested in providing feedback. And for doing that, there's some prizes. You will get some in-game prizes like a day of premium and these, this stuff. And then there's another mission. You will get this stuff, and then there's another mission, 3 days of. So you can win stuff by participating in the test. And I encourage you all, if you are interested, if you're that passionate about the game, and you want to leave your opinion and not just listen to me ramble on like an idiot, and you can actually go on the sandbox and try for yourself. I'd be very interested if anyone has been on the sandbox to leave comments below the video. Let me know what you think about the upcoming changes, because this is going to be the biggest change to the game ever. It's not just like a little band-aid thing. This is like changing everything, okay? Let me know what you think, and if you want to participate, don't just complain afterwards or complain before, or both. Participate, see what it feels like on the sandbox server, and leave some constructive feedback. That's what I'm asking you to do if you want to. I'm not going to do that because I'm lazy and I don't care. I'm just going to play, and there will be new memes, right? There will be new things that happen, new outcomes, new jokes to be had, and new fun to be had for all. And I could enjoy myself with just some building blocks and some string in a room by myself. That's another one of my problems. I'm easily amused. So for me, it's not a big deal. But for some of you serious W&H stat patters, you could be very worried about this stuff. So the new balance begins February 10th and will run for 10 days. And there's the button. All you have to do is go on this website. I'll leave the link to this page, the video description. You can press join test and see for yourself. Okay, guys, thanks very much. Thanks for watching. And I will, how do I usually close off these videos? I'll just do this. I'll click end and I'll give you the thumbs up.